friends, in today's video I am participating in a collaboration hosted and co-hosted by Mumda's Life Handmade and April Adair Shares. This collaboration is a DIY organization collaboration. So we are to be organizing something and also doing a DIY at the same time. Now, my video may not be quite as DIY-ish as other people's videos. There are some people on YouTube who can take 2 sticks and a glue gun and make something fabulous out of it. Well, I am not that talented. I am going to organize a couple of my kitchen cupboards. Part of it will be a little bit of a DIY. Most of it will just be using things that I have on hand to try to reorganize this cupboard to make it a bit more useful. Like I said, I'm going to be using some things that I already had on hand, but I did have to purchase a couple of things to use for this video, so I hope that's not cheating because I didn't just take a bunch of nothing and make something out of it. So anyway, let me turn this camera around and I'll show you what I'm talking about. You may remember that last year, at least I think it was last year, time goes by so fast, it could have been 2 years ago, but I'm pretty sure it was last year, that I got this shelf liner from Walmart. It was the Pioneer Woman shelf liner, and I lined the back of my cabinets and reorganized these cabinets. And then in these cabinets, I covered a couple of cardboard boxes I had to try to organize things a little bit better. This box system is working okay. It's not like perfect, as you can see. Stuff gets really stacked up in there, but it does keep like the pasta contained in one area, which is better than it was before. I never wound up doing these cupboards. These are my spice cupboards. I've got these two and then this one over here. And like as you can see, we do a lot of home cooking. Olivia does a lot of cooking as well. We use a lot of spices. And every time we try to find something, we can't find it. Sometimes we repurchase things because we don't think we have it. And then we wind up finding it later. So I really want to do something different with this cabinet. I do want to line the backs because this is what the backs of my cupboards look like, all of my cupboards, and I don't like that. And so I want to line the backs of the cupboards and then just do whatever I can to get this more organized. Now, of course, when I went to buy more of that Pioneer Woman shelf liner, I couldn't find any. I couldn't even find it on Amazon. It must be like discontinued or something. So I went ahead and just got this red and white checkered shelf liner. It matches pretty well, and since it's going to be in a completely different cupboard, it's not that big of a deal. So I did purchase this shelf liner. Now, to organize some of the spices, I gathered up some of my canning jars that were down in the basement, and I had them washed. Travis washed them for me the other day. They've been sitting here air drying. In fact, I'm going to turn them over this way so the inside is for sure dry. And so I'm going to take some of the spices and things out of the jars that they came in from the store and put them in these canning jars, especially like the spices that are in big jars. Obviously, I'm not going to take a small little spice jar and put it in a pint canning jar or a quart, but I'm going to take some of these bigger items like this peanut butter powder and stuff like that and put them in canning jars. I was going to just use my regular canning lids, rings and lids for these, but I'm almost completely out of these little lids, and when I went to buy some more, they're expensive this time of year. So for just a little bit more, I went ahead and just bought these lids. They fit on the jar, and they're red they match the back wallpaper that I bought, and then I can save my these for actual canning when I actually do some canning. And then I also picked up some labels. I had a bunch of these at one time, but I used them all. So I went ahead and picked up some more labels so that I can label these jars. All right, let me get my camera set up, hopefully to where you can actually see what I'm doing. And I'm going to pull everything out of these cupboards, probably one at a time, because I don't have very much counter space, and start putting wallpaper on the, or shelf liner actually, it's adhesive shelf liner on the backs of these shelves. Alright, so I got the backing covered with this contact paper, and this contact paper was a lot harder to work with than the Pioneer Woman stuff was. Pioneer Woman stuff was really good quality, and this stuff was a pain in the butt to work with, and I got some wrinkles in there that I cannot get out, and it annoys me because I'm kind of perfectionist. But there's going to be so much stuff in this cabinet that you're not really even going to be able to see it anyway. And at least this part is smooth, which is more visible. The last thing I'm going to do with this contact paper is I have this box. It was a Chewy.com box. My dog food comes from Chewy.com. And I'm going to cover it with this contact paper, and I'm going to just use it as like an organization bin inside one of those cabinets. Okay, so I got it done. It looks much more organized, and you can really clearly see what all I have in here. So yeah, I'm really happy with how that turned out, and like I said, even though the back wallpaper stuff wasn't very smooth, you can't really even see it because of all the stuff I have in this cabinet. So there you have it, friends. I want to thank Momda and April for co-hosting this challenge. I had a really good time. It took me a couple of hours to get that done, and even though it wasn't quite as DIY-ish as some other challenges or some other participants might have created, it still turned out really nice. I will have both of the hostesses channels and the playlist linked in the description box below. Make sure that you go and check them out. Thanks so much for watching, friends, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.